Hey everybody, Matt Goldich from the Sorry I've Been So Busy podcast. We got a repost this week of an episode, one of our earliest episodes with the hilarious Michelle Collins, one of the funniest people you could possibly have a conversation with. She is currently hosting the Michelle Collins Show every morning live from 8 to 10 a.m. on SiriusXM Stars Channel 109, and you can catch her live at Caroline's in New York City on June 24th. This was a great conversation, and so we thought we'd repost it because we don't have a new episode for you this week, but we will have a couple of new episodes coming up real soon. So please, in the meantime, subscribe to the podcast, rate and review us on iTunes, and Andrew and I will be back soon. Stay busy, everybody.
Until I met my new best friend, all of my boys say I'm tripping. When they call, I'm not answering.
Alex, are we rolling? Are we rolling, Alex? Welcome to another episode of Sorry I've Been So Busy. This is the podcast where we find out what people have been busy with. My name is Matt Goldich. I'm here with my co-host, Andrew Goldstein.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, and thank you so much to everybody who has been listening to the show, downloading, subscribing. We have had a bunch of episodes, and for those of you who are new, please go back and listen to the old episodes. There's some really great ones in there. Who did we talk to?
Screenwriter Michael Weber. Chappelle Show co-creator Neil Brennan.
Yeah.
Host of Comedy Knockout on True TV, Damian Lemon.
Yeah, we talked to the Michelle Buteau episode was great. The Amber Ruffin episode was great.
Night Writer and
then Ruffin. Joel Solomon, who not a lot of people know, but we, as a buddy of ours, and then he got immediately hired to write on Bill Simmons' show.
Any Given Wednesday
30
on
seconds
HBO.
After he did.
So he's in LA.
So,
shout out to Joel Solomon.
And then shout out to Showbiz Studios at Showbiz Studios on Twitter. You should follow and find out all about all their other podcasts. The Showbiz. Alex is yelling at me from the other side of the window. The Showbiz Studios website is up.
What is it? Is it a .org?
Showbiz, yes, it's a
showbizstudios.com
.nyc.com showbizstudios.com. So everybody
.cc.uk.
Don't forget the http:// w. No, so that's very exciting.
Yeah, you can find out all about the great podcasts that the Showbiz Studio produces, man.
Yeah. We have an incredible guest today. Someone we're both very.
But we're not going to introduce her for about 5 to 6 minutes.
It's going to torture her.
It is. But you can chime in because you're going to love my rant. I have a rant, Matt.
All right, go ahead.
I'm like already Instagramming. Anyways, I'm sorry. I'm curious.
She's
I'm not listening.
Mentally elsewhere.
Spoiler alert. That's her voice.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
I have a rant.
Tell me what you've been busy with. So this is the time where we usually catch up, and this was your birthday this week. So
it was. Monday was my birthday.
Happy belated
Thank you so much. Yeah. Super fun birthday. I kind of used my birthday weekend to tick off a bunch of restaurants on my to-do list.
Yes.
Obviously, I'm a big restaurant guy. I try a lot of restaurants, but they're sort of the white whale of my list. And so, hit a bunch of those restaurants, and that was really fun. I'm like 300 pounds now.
Okay. You look great. Wedding ready.
Thank you. But aside from that, I have a rant.
Okay.
I have a bit of a rant that is birthday related.
Okay.
If you'll humor me for a bit, I may drop an F-bomb. Listen,
okay.
Here's the thing. Obviously, we're all very health conscious now. It's a fad. Health conscious. We're all weight conscious. The negative effect of this, unfortunately, has been it's been detrimental to the office birthday party. So, like, remember back in the day, you'd get that email like, hey, everybody be in the conference room 3 p.m.
Yeah.
And then you'd walk in and there'd be like a sheet cake the length of the conference table.
Yes.
There'd be like a Mrs. Fields cookie cake, pizza, fondue fountain.
Yeah.
Like everything.
Classic no cake left for Milton.
Like no cake left for Milton.
Yeah.
You can't do work the rest of the day because you ate so much.
Right.
Now, you get that email, be in the conference room at 3 p.m. There's like celery and fucking Baked by Melissa cupcakes.
This happened to you? Well, Baked by, that's cupcakes. Is that legit?
No.
Oh, you're saying
here's
the
what
tiny,
here's the rant.
The tiny ones?
Yeah, here's the rant. I just want to say, fuck Baked by Melissa. Fuck Melissa. I'm snapping like I'm at the Apollo.
Okay.
Fuck Melissa and her gumdrop-sized cupcakes. I've had cupcake toppings bigger than
Yeah.
Baked by Melissa cupcakes.
Well, this is
not a
interesting.
dessert.
Yeah.
This is not celebratory. This is nothing. This is not a present to me that you're getting me a Tic Tac sized cupcake with a shard of Oreo on top of it. Okay,
All right.
I'm like heated about Melissa.
Now, this is fascinating because I'm right with you on this, and I'll tell you why. Now, I was not familiar with Baked by Melissa, the brand. Do they only make
if I met her, I would key her
Do
car.
they only make the mini cupcakes?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was not aware of this. What happened to me was this was a couple months ago, I won the Office March Madness pool. And I won about $250.
Wow.
And I decided that
Baked by Melissa bucks.
I wanted to I wanted to spend some of that money to get something nice for the office. And I thought that cupcakes would be a nice thing. Now, as you know, I am gluten-free. And so I wanted to find somewhere that had both regular and gluten-free cupcakes that was within distance of an intern or somebody being able to go pick the stuff up.
Yeah, not you.
No, not me. I'm too busy.
Why would you ever?
That's the name of the podcast. So I picked Baked by Melissa, not knowing that they were going to be mini cupcakes and that they were kind of pre-packaged almost. Like they didn't really even come.
It's like the board game Trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you get the Baked by Melissa dozen?
They don't come. I mean, and I was kind of hoping to overwhelm people with my generosity, and instead I kind of felt like people, like...
It's not a gift!
They reacted as if I pulled these out of the trunk of my car.
Yeah!
Kind of like, yeah. So it was not that exciting, and I'm right with you on this. So this is what people got for your birthday? They got Baked by Melissa cupcakes?
It happens in the office frequently.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it happened to me. I'm just saying having my birthday and having the birthday celebration enlightened me to fuck that.
And you don't
Baked
feel
by Melissa.
differently based on the fact that you don't want to be full of cake.
No,
during the day.
A
Or you do wanna be
celebratory
full of
thing like
cake.
somebody's birthday is like the cheat day. That's when you splurge on. That's when you allow yourself to eat the fondue fountain.
You have to. Yeah.
I feel like victimized that I can't talk
No,
during
of course,
Baked by
do it.
Melissa.
Welcome.
They're like not looking at me. I'm like, I'm going to explode.
Do you agree or you disagree?
Hate it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Agree. But I will tell you that I once bought a couple of trays for a group of anorexic girls at a PR company because they were really nice to me.
Yeah.
They went
Amanda.
fucking crazy for it. Yeah. They were like, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, much. They were like,
It's-
much. They had the best time because they only want a bite.
Right.
So for
It's the perfect amount of cupcake for somebody named Melissa.
who doesn't eat?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
makes it?
If
But I agree, they're annoying.
okay, let's make a rule. If it's a guy's birthday,
Yeah.
do not get Baked by Melissa cupcakes.
We do our office once a month. They celebrate the birthdays of that month.
Yeah, you have
but
to on
They
a big
do
staff.
go all out and do big cakes, ice cream.
That's
nice.
that
That's
kind
what
of
I'm
thing.
saying.
So real.
But what
stuff.
I want Fudgy the Whale.
Yeah, you want fudge?
I was just gonna say what happened to ice cream
I
cakes.
want Cookie Puss.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me that way. Like
As
honestly,
a,
I
like
just got here.
as a glutard, I like the ice cream cake.
Can I
'cause
tell you
get
my
it good.
hacky joke about it though, which
Sure.
is isn't it ironic
Is there?
that Crumbs is a cupcake company that makes cupcakes the size of your head? Mm-hmm. Baked by Melissa should be called Crumbs because her cupcakes are
Yeah.
the size of crumbs.
Yeah.
I'm the worst.
I
There
wouldn't
you
call
go.
that
That was-
hacky.
yeah,
Not
so
so
much
much
is
a joke.
Observation.
It was a non-hacky
Something to
non-joke.
say.
A non-hacky
Just something to
non-joke.
say.
I'm the worst.
Yeah.
We love you.
So that's my rant.
Okay, so
Shout out to
we
Dennis
have
Miller.
lost one potential sponsor for the show.
Yeah,
Baked by Melissa, but that's fine. We now have -1 sponsors.
Yes.
Let's bring in our guests because I don't want to waste
You've already
any more
heard her
time.
magical voice.
Oh my god, I sound terrible. It's like too early.
Yeah. Too early.
I was
Aren't you on
out-
morning TV?
Yeah, but that's different.
Our guest,
Okay.
both of us go super far back with her.
Yeah. We'll delve into that.
She's been on your TV for a very long time. She's just a force
Yeah.
of nature.
Currently
Currently
on The
a
View.
co-host of The View, my
Wow.
mom's favorite show.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's nice.
One of.
Michelle
Love.
Collins.
Days
is
of Our
here.
Lives in The View.
Wait, say my name again when no one's talking.
You say it.
Michelle Collins, how are you?
Michelle
Hey,
Welcome.
this is official now. I feel good.
Thank you for
Hi,
coming from
boys.
the Upper
Yes,
West
it's
to the Lower
official.
East.
Thank you for
you're
having
here.
me here. I'm
Yeah.
very excited.
We are
to see you
excited
both.
to see you. It's been many years since I've seen you, or at least a few.
You're both two of my faves, as you know.
Thank you.
We all work together. Andrew and I worked. Speaking of early, we used to have a job where
Well,
we had to
I was
write-
going to bring it up, but yeah.
We had to write comedy at 6:00 in the morning.
So I would get on the Big Morning Buzz when we first started. Michelle used to have a segment spin-off of Best Week Ever called Best Day Ever, right?
Call it Bumble. If people
Bumble.
are listening, they don't know. They know it is Bumble. Yeah.
First of all, I learned shortening words from Michelle, but we'll get into that. Anyway, so in the beginning stages, Michelle had a closing segment on the show called Best Day Ever, and I was hired sort of to write it with her, but that required me getting in at 5:30 a.m. to prep. Michelle would get in at 6, and we would write a comedy piece at 6 in the morning.
They were funny. Honestly,
they were great.
They were really funny at that time.
I looked them up in my Googie Docs.
Yeah.
And they're really funny.
I swear
But
they're
there'd
good.
be some mornings, obviously, you come in at 6 in the morning, and it's like, I have nothing. And then we would just scour the internet.
No, I looked like Javert. I would show up, like, no makeup. I had 2 little beady Millhouse eyes. I was like, Andrew, we have to write comedy. And then remember, I would get, and I'm very nice. Like, you both know that. Like, I'm genuinely a nice person. But, like, there was a day where I had a meltdown, too.
Yeah, of course.
I've seen it.
Our friend Neil brings, I won't bring up
Neil Punsalon.
Neil Punsalon, who I love.
Future, sorry, I've been so busy guest.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the best, Neil.
He's one of my favorites.
But anyways, he brings that day up when I snapped at one of our producers.
Yeah.
Because she was like, hey, we really, and I'm always like
She was
literally
giving
the
you notes
nicest.
at 6:15 in the morning.
6:15, I was like, you have to get out of here now. Like, I realized that's my breaking point.
I texted Devin, who was a producer on the show,
Devin.
Deb Dells, who's now at the Daily Show, and I was looking like, what was the thing that we always used to, what was the, like, shortened phrase or somebody's name that we used to shorten with? So he wrote back, Mishi Coco, which is, I guess, what he used to call you.
Yeah.
But do you remember the IT guy on the floor, Munkoy? And you'd be like, Munkoy. Hi,
I'd be like, monkey.
You were like so patronizing of him.
No, but I liked him.
But you guys were besties, so you'd be like, Monkey, my computer won't load. Monkey.
First of all, I feel like you're like making me sound. This is already the worst podcast I've heard because I'm like, remember when I was like weirdly
No, but
Monkoy was so nice.
That's the bottom line of the story. Is
he was hot actually. I'm not. It's coming back.
He is
to me.
a good-looking guy.
He's hot. Yeah, Monkoy. I'd be like, monkey, me.
She'd be like,
laptop.
Monkey, come here.
I wouldn't call him.
No, she wouldn't.
Come on.
This is
Shout out to Monkoy.
This is a podcast where we're gonna confront you about all of the.
This is an intervention, Michelle.
But it's so unfair
We're
because
gonna talk about-
How could anyone expect you to be the Michelle Collins that we know and love at 6:15 in the morning?
But I was always so nice. Come on.
You
I'm
always
like,
are.
I
You
literally, I'm like, one time I knew a dog that, a big Labrador that you could put a cold cut in your mouth and he would come over and grasp it so lightly, like out of your mouth, like the tiniest dog lips coming at you and just like take. That's me. I'm nice. I don't.
You're the best
person.
People think I'm not nice because I'm tall. It's confusing.
Yeah.
But I am actually I'm the sweetest. I'm like a big dumb animal. But I did have that meltdown. That was one. I remember it because it was so unusual.
What I just want to say about that whole experience.
Meanwhile, people listening are like, this.
I would just
Like,
No, well,
people
after
hate
this,
me.
I was going to say we're going to talk about the time Michelle and I went for drinks and she berated the waitress for not getting her order right.
You're actually joking.
Can I just say?
Are you literally joking?
No, it was no, you didn't berate
Wait,
her.
this
You got
isn't
upset.
nice.
No,
That's
I'm
terrible.
just kidding. I was joking. You
I
did
tip
not.
30%.
No, it
You
was
come after me
it was
about, please, how I treat people
It was
in
a poor
restaurants.
waitress who could not get your order right, and you were actually very nice to her. You were way nicer than I would have been.
Thank you for saying
Yes,
that. Come on.
I was joking. I'm joking.
You should be so
This
lucky
is-
if I
You're
walked
the
into a
best.
I was
restaurant.
joking.
Please.
It was Saint Germain. She didn't know what Saint Germain
Dan
was.
Saint
You know, I had
Germain
to
was that
stop
the
drinking
thing?
that because I
Because
had it
people
one
didn't
New
know it.
Year's.
Oh,
No,
what happened?
I had it one New Year's, and I think I actually got food poisoning from a sausage roll that same evening. But I literally never stopped vomiting, and I associate it. It was in LA. Oh my god, it was one of the worst New
Classic
Year's.
Saint Germain and sausage roll combination.
Yeah. Nothing says New Year's like a sausage roll and a shot of Saint Germain.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I am so fun. I like that I'm convincing your listeners to like me.
Let me just pay you a
Yeah.
compliment.
Oh, please.
The
I'm
wrap
so
up
needy.
to the whole us writing a comedy
Oh, yeah.
piece at 6:30 in the morning is I would always walk away so impressed that given the circumstances, given the how tough it was, and maybe we didn't have an idea or a crystallized idea, we'd always come out with something that sort of fell out of your brain that was just genius. And
No, that's
fantastic.
really nice.
It was
We had the best time.
It was the best.
It was actually really fun. I think
When in
back,
doubt,
like,
find a cat story is what I learned.
I would always talk about cats. Remember one time Bradley Cooper? I used to have props, and nothing was
Coopy.
out of Bradley Cooper.
Coopy.
I stopped abbreviating words because everyone
Now
started
you're on a
doing
TV
it,
show that people watch.
and now I'm like, oh, it's like No, I don't know.
Oh, it's became trite.
I just was like, oh, now people think I'm like copying people, but
Yeah,
like,
but you're the originator.
I like to think so, but I had to kind of cut it out of my repertoire. I'll be
Became
honest.
as hack as Andrew's crumbs joke.
Remember that crumbs joke?
Guys, we're losing sponsors because
Oh boy.
I'll tell you something. I love complimenting people on the air. I don't do it on purpose.
Melissa can go to hell.
I could care less. She's probably so rich. It's like a Bethany Frankel situation.
She has Bethany Frankel
literally,
in
they
my
can
head.
all fuck off. But let me just
Yeah.
say this. Meanwhile, now we've lost 2 friends. It's fine. But I'll say things sometimes nice on The View. Like, not even, I do it out of love. It's never out of like, maybe they'll send me something
Pandering.
like,
You're not
in that
pandering.
Conan way, which is very funny, you know? And we were talking about how there was an Easter egg hunt sponsored by Pez, and parents were like, pushing each other to get Pez. And I was like, can you blame them? I would also push kids over for Pez. It's
Yeah.
delicious.
No.
I was like, it's the most delicious candy. I would crush
It's
a
the
child.
most fun.
Let me
candy
guess.
to-
You know what's coming.
Thousands of boxes
The
of
truck
Pez.
backed up to my dressing room full of Pez. I was
Yeah.
like, God bless.
Yeah.
And then I ate it.
Don't you wish you used that power for something better than Pez, though?
I fucked up. I know.
Yeah.
But it's delicious. And I was eating it. I wouldn't even...
I love Fabergé eggs.
Were you eating it out of the dispenser or just
out of the paper.
package?
I didn't even have the patience to put it in the dispenser. And also, I'm
Who
not
does?
9.
No, yeah.
I literally was doing lines of it, fully crunching the whole line.
Snorting Pez.
No,
Yeah.
crunching through it with my teeth, with
Yeah.
the paper
You
on.
can break your teeth on some Pez.
Oh, it's so no. They've
Is
made it
it-
quite soft.
Really? They're soft? They're like
They've
Spree?
improved their
Are they
formula.
like Spree?
No.
Remember
It's also
Spree?
delicious.
I
yeah.
love Spree.
I used to get after lunch. This is crazy to think of now. I almost never eat candy now, but after
You send
lunch,
an intern to get your lunch. And
no,
then what happens?
I after lunch in like high school or like after lunch, either a pack of Spree or a pack of Mentos. Like eat the whole pack.
Isn't that crazy?
Love
About, like
Mentos.
now that we're like all in our
Seems
whatever,
insane.
it's like
Yeah.
I would never do that.
You guys are funny because earlier you were like, everyone's so health conscious now. Meanwhile, I just eat garbage. Sausage rolls. Like I eat garbage. It's
Sausage roll.
Oh,
and
well,
say
you're
okay.
New Year's.
Come
You're drunk. I mean, what are you
on.
gonna do?
I wasn't drunk.
Yeah.
So
wait, you worked on Best Week Ever. Because I worked on Best Week Ever. This
Yes.
was before you on the Buzz, and Michelle was on that.
Right, and then they took Michelle and they were like,
took her,
and they
she
put
was
her
the
on
one-
as sort of
yeah.
the Andy Rooney
Yeah.
of Big. I'm not kidding.
No, when
she
we
came
worked
on
at
at the
that-
end of the
Yeah.
show, and you were Andy Rooney.
I was
R.I.P.
when we were. I know
You were a
in
tall.
Morley St.
You were a
Days.
tall
Yeah.
Jewish Andy Rooney from Florida.
I have a very messy desk. You know me. I'm always like rifling.
You are.
Everyone knows I'm a rifler. I'll take a stack of papers and rifle through for 2 hours. I love it.
Yeah.
Matt, we worked together. I was blogging for Best Week
Yes.
Ever, and you were a writer on the show.
Right.
Were you also on it?
No. But I know you
I was
from,
barely
from
on
way
it,
back
too, but-
even before that, because we used to do like backroom bar shows
Yeah.
together. You were not really, you did stand up, but it was more like a conversational stand. Am I right?
I
Like
still
you-
do stand up.
Yeah.
My stand up is not.
You're not like joke.
Written.
Yeah. It's very off the
Stream of conchies.
I don't know if is it actually off the cuffs or is it just seem off the cuff?
No, I call it live spiraling because
Yeah.
I'll get on stage.
That is, yeah.
That's what it is.
That's an act, yeah.
Yeah, I'll know.
But that takes a talent because there are people who try to do that and it's awful.
Yeah.
It's the only way I know how to do it. 'Cause
Right.
I tried
And that's-
early to write jokes and like have it being like
Right.
so, and the tone of it was so not me. I don't know who I was
If you
want to
use
be.
the crumbs joke in your
No,
act, feel
it's
free.
not a
Do me a
joke.
favor.
Yeah. If you want to use you mean the crumbs premise? Is
Yeah,
what
the crumbs
you're-
premise.
yeah.
They should call Baked by Melissa Crumbs. And it's just UCB,
Exactly.
like the fire doors close and they burn me alive. No, but my stand-up, I don't do like clubs and stuff
No.
like that because I don't like the environment of those places.
Yeah.
Just for me, I'm a Cancer and I'm very sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
And so I like being in like Love You Too. Like there are people who like it's good and funny and great. And then there are just people where it's like creepy and
Remember
weird
Matt's
and I don't
Twitter
like it.
show? Matt's comedy
Yeah,
show where
that
you
was a
just
great
would
show.
do
The
like
Twitter talk show,
140
Michelle did
characters
that.
or
Yeah,
less
yeah, yeah.
was the premise. Like everyone had to get up there and sort
Oh.
of read your
Oh yeah, you mean the one-liners show?
the one-liner
Yeah.
stand-up
Yeah, that
show.
was fun because sometimes you'd get people who specialized in that who were just doing that, and then sometimes you would. It's always fun to get people out of their
Yeah.
comfort zone.
I just remember doing that show with you, and you told a story about the VH1 Cruise.
Oh my God, my favorite time of my work it's the best work I've ever done in my life. It was on the VH1 Cruise. So
I just remember this story being roll on the floor. So funny.
What was the
Thank
story?
you. I don't even remember. I mean,
No, but like just the details of like you on this VH1 Cruise and the bands that were on.
oh my God, like how me and Lifehouse became like best
Yeah,
friends. And then I
Lifehouse.
was like, oh my God, like I love the lead singer. He was super Christian, which I'm very drawn to.
Yeah.
He's a Jew. I'm like very like, oh my God, he's so Christian.
Hooba
It's
Stank.
amazing. So, the Stank was there.
That's what the fans, super fans of Hoobastank, call it the stank.
3 Doors Down.
Wow.
I think we're on
They were
it.
3 doors down from you.
Yeah.
No, they actually, funny enough, they wouldn't leave their room. And all the bands were like, that's actually true. I mean, listen, I didn't go because I was like, Lifehouse, actually, they're very talented.
Right.
I'm so pleased. I'll never say
Man,
that
it's like
word.
all the bands you
Yeah.
wrote about on Fuse.
Yeah.
John Mayer did the very first one. It was the
wow.
famous one where he
Oh.
was in the Borat bathing suit. So I was on that. It was called the Mayer Craft. And I was on that cruise as well. But it was great because, forget the music, let's be honest. And I tried to. What was great about it was a free cruise and I got paid.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Then one time I went with the Goo Goo Dolls to Cancun. The Goose. Everyone,
Yeah.
that's how VH1, that's what their nickname. Like, oh, you're going with the Goose. I'm like, if you say Goose to me one more time,
Yeah, please
I'm
don't say
leaving.
Goose, yeah.
I couldn't do it. But
You and Johnny Resnick at the pool sipping.
I was like, and
Saint Germain?
this is me on the beach, and I don't want the world to see me. I have such a great morning singing voice. But yeah, I had some good times at VH1.
Would you say that
Oh, boy.
Christian rock bands are your kryptonite? That was
He
3
still
doors.
got
that was
it.
a 3 doors
Matt
down.
still got it.
Matchbox 20?
That was a 3 doors down
Matchbox
reference.
20?
But are they Christian? 3 Doors
No,
Down?
but you
No.
mentioned Lifehouse, and
I
it was
did.
what
They're
didn't quite
actually,
work. Didn't
they're
quite
not
work.
Christian rock. They're just
Yeah.
very religious. And then the funny thing was I loved the lead singer and we
Yeah.
had we got lost going to this party together and we were on the roof talking. I was skinny, for me, skinny back then. And I was like, oh my God, it's so windy up here. It's so windy, whatever. And we were having the best talk about his life. And I was just it was so birthright Israel, but one of us
But
was
it's on
the
a
Jay.
cruise.
Yeah. And then, but
They
he was
should
married.
do birthright cruises. Can you imagine?
What a fucking nightmare that would be. We'll get to
Yeah.
that in a second. But anyway,
Take a boat to Israel? Can you do that?
Do me a favor.
I'm gonna
It would
pitch
be
it.
like Captain Phillips, except for please know that
Wait,
about me.
can
But
I
yeah.
talk? This reminds me of something because I recently this week I tweeted a joke about how much it would suck if I met the lead singer from Train, and he was really cool.
Right.
And then another comedian wrote back to me, I have met that guy, he loves comedy, and he is cool. And I'm like, that's so disappointing. It's almost
What do
more
you do?
disappointing to find out that someone you think sucks is awesome
Yeah.
than someone that you think is awesome sucks.
No, I
this
agree
must happen
because
to you
what
all
do you
the
do?
time.
This is true
Yeah.
because you get come on, let's be honest. This story, they don't have a bounce from retention, but they are lovely, really cool guys. So it's
Yeah.
and actually they're talented. Look,
Yeah.
I'm such a fan.
I'll tell you what.
No, but I'll
You
tell you
don't
this:
get to.
I've met the lead singer of Train. Super nice.
Yeah, right?
I'll
Yeah.
tell you
But
what.
it's
I
okay.
felt bad
I
about it.
just don't ever
I
talk
asked the guy
about
to
it.
try
I
to
think
leave.
the guest we had on the Buzz the most over the 4 years
Yeah.
was Gavin DeGraw.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And going into that show, I was like, Gavin DeGraw,
Yeah.
but whatever. It's
Well, look who
he is.
Yeah.
He was the best dude.
Yeah.
Walked in, shook everyone's hand, crew guys, PAs, shook everybody's hand, looked you in the eye, remembered you the next time
Yeah.
he came
He
back.
is nice.
Great guy.
Not to-
and now I'm a fan of his music
Not to
because
call
of it.
out the obvious, but your host was Nick Lachey. I feel like a lot of people would probably judge
A
based
lot
on
of people
98
think he's a
degrees.
douche, and he
be
could
like,
not
of
be
course
a better
that
guy.
He's a nice
yeah,
guy.
I met him. He's a nice
Shout
guy.
out
Tell
to
you
Nick
who's
Lachey.
not nice.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Here
Colby Calais, kind of a bitch, straight
Oh,
up. Oh no!
If you have an
Edit that
umlaut,
out.
if you're American and you have an umlaut, get out of here.
Come
Is she
on,
American?
You and
I have no
Melissa
fucking
can
idea.
go over a cliff.
Take yourself.
Do you feel like you can be honest about how you feel about people?
I made
mean,
a big mistake saying that, but it felt good to
Right.
say.
Okay, we
She just
can
wasn't
edit
friendly.
it out.
You got it
You know,
out.
you meet people sometimes, they don't know who you are, obviously, why would she know me?
Yeah.
And this was on the cruise, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
she no, I work for VH1 and not friendly. I'm like, listen,
Yeah.
we get it.
Michelle, would you say she's Colby Calais?
was she?
I don't understand why you insist on saying things like that to me. No.
Was she Kolb to you?
Yes,
what we would do.
that's right. He loves
No,
it.
wait.
Your producer is
We're just
literally
going
on
off.
the point.
Fun.
He loves you too.
This
We're
is
gonna be
just
so
a
cute.
Thunderdome.
That was us.
Yeah.
Let's stop talking shit about really
No.
nice, talented,
No.
easy rockers.
Let's talk about the fact that so we have both known you forever. You've
Yeah.
been someone who's, I feel like you've been on tons of different TV shows. You've been had a lot of different things going on. And then, you hear about, sorry, this is a little bit elaborate, but
when you're a comedian or when you work in comedy, and like, let's say you hear like, oh, so and so got cast on like SNL, you're like, oh, that's amazing, like that's a huge opportunity for them. But also, like, it's a thing you hear about that like happens.
Yes.
But like, then you hear like, oh, did you hear about Michelle Collins? She's on The View now. And it's like, what? Like, that's not a thing that happens to people.
Not
like,
at
that's
all.
like,
There's no precedent for that. It's
that's like being,
Joy Behar.
it's like being in the space program or something. It's like
That's
just
so
not
nice.
like
It
a
was really
thing that
cool.
you hear about.
That's a really
you know
nice
what
thing
I mean?
to say. I'm like,
And
so
also,
flattered
you
by
went
that.
from
Thank you.
a show where you were driving around Yahoos on VH1, literally, to hosting
Yeah.
the fucking View.
Yeah.
I know. I love that show. Do you know that more people come up to me about was Walk of Shame shuttle where we shot it in like
Yeah.
Topanga. It was the most depressing. And people will whisper. No one ever wants to like admit it. They're like,
It's a guilty pleasure.
it's the urban community loves it. They'll always come up, love you on that driving show. That's what they call it, that driving show. You were very funny. I'm like, thank you very much.
That would have been
fine.
nerve-wracking for me, just driving people.
I'm a actually fantastic driver.
Well,
Truth be told, I only got into one car accident in Los Angeles. That was my fault because I was on no sleep. I was writing for this like terrible Style Network show that eventually the network got canceled because of it. I'm not making this up. Like it
The
was
whole network got canceled.
the final nail in the coffin. You're looking at it. So wait, what were we talking about? The driving show?
The driving show.
Oh no,
But
my
Did you
accident.
drive? Did you
Yes!
drive on the show?
What do you think it was like? Will Smith
No, I
and
didn't
Men in
see
Black?
it. No, I didn't see that.
Yeah,
Yes,
she would
I was
drive
driving.
people around, and then what was
Yeah.
the premise?
Okay, so basically we were like, it was like taxi cab confessions for people who were doing the Walk of Shame. So we would pick them up and drive them home. Now,
Sounds awesome.
it actually, look, should I ruin the magic of TV? Because the show's never coming back.
Pre-produced.
Pre-produced in that they did cast the people.
Yeah, story produced.
But I did not know. So when they got into the car, I had no idea what their story was. So what you are seeing is real. None of it is scripted. You know,
So
in
like
that
your
sense,
like
it's-
your act.
very much.
Yeah.
Did you
Which
ever
is
get,
why you're perfect
Did you
for
ever
it.
get together with Ben Bailey and compare notes?
Oh, I fucking love Ben Bailey, but no.
No, we haven't talked about the Cash Cab versus the Walk.
No. I love Cash Cab. I'm sorry it's gone.
Yeah.
There's so few things that bring me happiness now.
I worked on Cash Cab.
Did you?
Well, this was, I believe that what happened was I wrote on it for a few seasons, and I believe they stopped making new episodes because they found that the old episodes did just as well in the ratings. They would repeat them over and over again,
Right.
and even though they had been on numerous times, they would do.
It's like diners, drive-ins,
There
and
was
dives.
no point
hilarious.
in making new ones. They
That's so
decided,
funny. Do they still air it?
I think they still air it in reruns on Discovery or somewhere.
I
don't know.
watch Antiques Roadshow reruns. They air 2
Love.
episodes a week. One's
Great
a new
show.
one. One of the best
Antiques,
shows ever.
yeah.
And then one, I love that show. I'm like 95 years old.
And
You know
then the other thing I was going to say, which is like sometimes like you hear about somebody or somebody tells you like, oh, like I got a pilot or I got my new show on, and you're like excited for them, but then secretly you're like, well, I don't wonder how long that's going to be on. Like the View is not going anywhere. Like it's like I feel like how long has the View been on? It's been on like 20.
It's
Next
one of
year
those
will be
shows
the
where they
20th.
talk about how long it's been on the other. Really?
Yeah.
Oh my. Yeah.
But
It's
then you
part
think
of
about all the
culture.
people who've been on it. It makes then you realize like, oh yeah, that was like 15 years ago.
Like, there's a chance you could be parodied on SNL. Like, that's when you know you get to a point. You
Yeah.
know, like you're on a show that's in the.
You know, I have
conversation.
friends who work at SNL, dear friends, people that we've worked with. Actually,
Yeah.
I won't say anyone's name, but I've mentioned that. I've been like, who? Like, honestly, it would have to be a man to play me because I'm 6'1". Like, and I'm ready for it. But honestly,
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to do it. Actually,
oh really?
Yeah.
Because it's like
it's because
And they've done it.
I don't want to say it because if I
Yeah.
say it, then it'll happen. So I won't. But I mean, I'll tell you this: Fred Armisen is hosting on Saturday, and nothing makes me happier than a Fred Armisen Joy impersonation. like that is the funniest.
Robin
So what?
and I,
Who cares?
Who cares? He is. Well,
Robin
he's
and I
also
do
the
that.
Who
funniest.
Yeah, Robin and I do that
So what?
all
Yeah.
the time at
he's
home.
the best.
Who cares?
But thank you for saying this nice thing.
Yeah,
It's really nice.
Well, that is one of those weird things. though. Like SNL does, Kate McKinnon does Ellen now. Like there was a time when Ellen was like more on the like level of the people on SNL, so you couldn't parody her because like we might have like know her. Like you don't want to be me. You know, there's a weird rule with making fun of other.
It's
like,
weird when comics do other comics. It feels weird.
But
unless
The
they've
View
reached
isn't
a
real.
certain
I mean,
level.
you're funny on it, but it's not really a comedy show. So it's more of like a talk show. So people
It's a talk
would-
show.
Yeah.
I try my best to be
Yeah.
funny on it, but it definitely doesn't give me the freedom because I have a show at UCB once a month
Right.
where it's like an hour, just me. Lately, I've been having like celebrity guests on to
Yeah.
interview, and the vibe in that show is much more in line with who I am as a comedian and
Right.
as a host or whatever you want to call it. But
Do the other ladies on The View be like, oh my God, who are you? Not who are you and like who is Michelle Collins, but like you are such a different personality than what traditionally is on The View.
Right.
'Cause you're comment, you know?
So what are
Is
you
that
asking?
coming? No, are they? Is that just like how's that adjustment been? I guess because they're like some of them come from news, some of them come from politics,
Right.
and then there's you who like you have these opinions that could go left, could go right.
No, that's the show. I mean, there's no adjustment. That's literally you watch it happen on camera. There's no. It's not like we're talking politics.
Right.
You know,
That's
here
why
and there in the
people watch.
mornings.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's, it's
so
the adjustment, chemistry, all that stuff. You know what I mean? But things are good, you know.
I love your Instagram because it's always like group pics with you and Whoopi, and
It's the funniest. Isn't it great? She's the best, please. I mean, they're so great.
I would just be making Sister Act references the whole. I would get fired.
She would not be around you. I'm telling you
I
right
would
now.
get fired.
I think twice I've made Ghost references because it's obviously one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
Thanks to her. There's nothing
Yeah.
else about that movie that makes it the best movie other than her performance in it, you know? And I think the first time, it was like 7 months ago, something was said and it was like the perfect timing and I was like, Whoopi, you in Danger Girl or something, you know, even though this was like pre-GIF, I want to say.
Yeah.
And she didn't know what I was talking about. I was like, well, it's her moving Ghost.
Right.
Wow.
Like what? But that's how she just doesn't think about those things. You know
What if
I
I
mean?
just want to be like, okay, in Comic Relief 6,
She would love that.
that you would.
Yeah. No, she's great about everything.
Cut.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah,
well,
it's fun.
so we talk to people about what they are busy with, and you're obviously very busy because you're on the View.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what? I mean, like, what's a typical Michelle Collins day? I mean, like, you still get up at 4:30 in the morning?
No.
It's a daytime show, so I'm curious what your schedule is.
You're actually going to be shocked because people think I wake up like, Today Show style at like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
I wake up at, what were you going to say?
Out in the back of the limo reading the Post, like
Yeah.
like the guy, like it comes hot off the press, and the guy throws it in the window
hits
of
me in the face.
your
I'm
town
like, oh my
car.
God.
Yeah.
I get up at like 7:30.
Whoa,
Not bad.
Nothing.
that's later than I get up.
That's right.
Yeah,
And have a little coffee.
yeah, sure.
Don't put a single stitch of makeup or hair. So if you really want to see like me au natural, like wait outside of my building. But then
that address is
Then I go. I'm thinking like a joke address. Then I go to work. I get there at around 8:15, and so that's really not bad. And then we're done by like noon, and I usually hang out. I have a little lunch. At like 12:31.
Are you right into hair and makeup? Or
We
do
have our
you
meeting in
like
the
a
morning.
Prep sesh?
We have our meeting to figure out what we're going to talk about first, and then I'm in hair and makeup
Is that everyone together, or you guys each individually get prepped?
together.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
That's got to be fun.
yeah. It's many times the best conversations kind of happen
I'm
in
sure.
there.
Yeah, those are
and
the
then,
best.
I always say like my dream show would be just cameras in the makeup room for any show because even at Big Morning Buzz, I would have the best, funniest conversations with guests while we're getting our hair done, our makeup done because everyone's like relaxed and they're not
You're at ease.
you're at ease. And then you go on the show and they kind of change, they lock up a little bit, so.
Well, that's something, I mean, on a much smaller level, we've talked about where, like, somebody shows up to do the podcast, we start having a conversation with somebody because we haven't seen them in a while, and then you start to think, like, oh, should we be saving this? Like, this would be great on air. Like, this is a great great thing to talk about. But, like, you must have that where it's, like, the balance between, like, keeping it fresh versus, like, figuring out what we're going to say, right? Like, there's
Or the guests?
No, I'm just saying, like, when you and the other
hosts.
co-hosts
Yeah,
are together, like, and you start talking about, like, what's going on or what you're going to talk about, and then you have opinions, and then somebody's like, say that, or it's like...
Well, and the other thing is I also have a producer who comes in for like 10 minutes just to kind of go over the things with me, and he's a great guy, Jason, and we'll go over things, and I'm always funny with him, and I'm like, put that down, like, in case I want to say it. But, it never comes out the same. Like, I eventually never say the same thing on the show because it feels then it's like scripted.
Right.
So I don't like to do that, but...
It has to be organic.
Yeah, that's very me.
That's like, that's a tough thing in TV is like keeping it fresh, but like also like you don't just want to be like, well, I don't know. I mean, not that you have that problem. But
I always say, I don't know.
Yeah. That's why you got hired.
Yeah.
I don't really have an opinion on that.
But that's, I mean, it's really the perfect showcase for you because like you're somebody who like basically you're very strong at having opinions, and that's what you need to.
I had to get into politics because that was not really my thing.
Yeah.
I was pop culture.
Watching the debates and
everything, like live tweeting them. It was like, I had to, I'm lucky that this is the election we have because it's so entertaining.
So much comedy.
It's
so
fantastic.
much pop culture so many pop culture parts of this election.
Yeah.
That's right.
Whereas
So it was easy
previous
for me.
ones-
And this is
kinda
the
get
year
into
where,
it.
like, even people who are not that into politics are watching the debates and the speeches and familiar with the personalities going. Like, it's crazy to me. Forget about Trump. Like, it's crazy to me, like, just how many people who don't pay attention to politics like know exactly who like Ted Cruz is and like why he's funny. You know what I mean?
yes.
Like get jokes about
People know
like
who Kasich
him.
is now.
I know, right? Yeah, but like I mean,
Wild.
like we run like making jokes about like Ted Cruz and looking like his face is melted, and or like making jokes about like that, and like people think that's really
I'm
funny.
pretty sure, like
even
at this
though-
point, everyone who has a Twitter account has made a Ted Cruz's face looks like
I
X,
know,
Y, and Z.
right?
That's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
Do you like the middle chair? I noticed sometimes they put you in the middle.
I'm not in the middle chair.
And then
That
sometimes-
was before I got hired.
right.
Joy's
and then,
in the middle.
and then sometimes, and then you're like left.
I sit between Joy and Whoopi.
Right, and it's always that. Like depending on the
Depends,
rotation.
but yeah, for the most part.
Do you have a preference? This is what we talk about. We like
Is it?
minutia.
Is that interesting
We
to
like
people? It's
minutia.
so boring. No, I'm always in.
No.
I mean, I will tell you that I always have this thing where I find, and this is just because I'm literally nuts, that they will put the biggest laughers. There are always like three people who like really laugh at me. Sometimes the audience, it's hard. First of all, it's early. They were lined up at 8:00 in the morning to sit
Yeah.
in the audience.
Right.
And, you know, many times if I do like a quick aside or whatever, they can't hear it in the room. But sometimes I'll say things and it'll just be like dead air. But I'll hear from people on Twitter or whatever being like, we love that. You know, so I guess at home it still plays. But they'll put the best laughers always behind me. And I'm always like, why do they shove the people who laugh at me like behind me? And then they'll put like Golda Meir and Company in, you know, in my eye line. I'm like, oh my God, like how can I be
Huge fan of the View.
funny? But yeah.
That's the stuff I
don't
think
care
about,
what
like-
seat I'm in, whatever. As long as I'm on that stage.
I hear you.
This
mean,
is the kind of minutia we want to talk. And on that note, you have a mug out
yeah,
there?
I'm on the mug.
What's
Same
in the
mug.
No, what you have a mug out there
Yeah,
at the
that's
table.
right.
What's in the mug?
Water.
And you're drinking it?
Not Saint Germain.
No, ugh.
Bottled water that's been poured into a mug.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Come out in the commercial and pour somewhere in there.
Anyone have coffee? Anyone out there have coffee in the mug?
No coffee. Sometimes Whoopi will have tea every now and again, but
in
for
the
the
mug.
most part, it's water
Is
for
the
everybody.
bag in the mug, or they make the tea
I
elsewhere?
don't
and then
know,
pour
Matt.
it
I'm
into
really
the mug?
sorry. This
No,
is awful. It's like
this is
giving me. I'm going to have a panic
curious.
attack. I don't
You wanna
know.
know about this stuff.
Do you remember when we were NBC Pages? You give the studio tour and you
Yeah.
go into nightly news. I used to do a joke where the mug would always be on the desk.
Yeah.
And I'd be talking about the studio and everything. I'd be like, and this is Tom Brokaw's mug.
Yeah.
And then I'd lift it up. I'd be like, this is where he drinks his water out of. And I'd be like, whoa, that's not water.
That's such a classic.
It used to kill.
Yeah, that's a great. That's yeah. That's
NBC Page memories.
so.
What do you do after the show?
So I'll get a little lunch.
Catered lunch?
No,
You get to order
get a
from
little Lenny's.
menu book?
Lenwich.
I know.
Now
Do they
Lenwich.
come to you
What's
with the
that
menu
about?
book?
That's weird.
Hold on, I have to talk about Lenny's for a minute.
Yeah, why'd they change?
Why
to
did they
Lenwich?
change it to Lenwich?
It's not
Yeah.
flattering. It's not a
They
flattering
were
change.
Clearly, I'll tell you the worst part. Have you ever gone into Lenwich? Yo, they got something there called a fish witch.
Ooh.
And a big old sign, get this fish witch. I'm like, what? Why would I ever order that? But Lenny's is the best.
It's like
where
a chip witch.
Lenny's
with a
is
piece of
like
fish in
welcoming. It's like your Uncle Lenny.
My brother's name is Lenny.
Yeah, Lenwich?
Yeah.
Nobody calls it
No.
the
Do you know what's funny? So my brother's name's Lenny, and of course, being a woman about town, I'm signed up for Lenny Letter. You know, Lena Dunham's thing. So once a week or so, you guys are clearly not signed up for it.
No,
Hilarious.
I
Anyways,
know what it is though. I've read things.
But
from it,
once
yeah.
a week, I'll get like a 4 a.m. email. Like I'll wake up and I'll see it 4 a.m. and it's like from Lenny, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God, Mom died. Every week, I'm like, Mom died.
That
You know
is
my
fun.
favorite sandwich at Lenwich?
What?
The Thanksgiving sandwich with it's the turkey, the stuffing, and the
Cranberry
sauce.
I can't do that. I don't like
It's
cran.
too much. It's too much food. I can't really eat it anymore. But I love that sandwich.
I make my own. And I do
Oh.
a smoked turkey on a scoop toasted ciabatta with
Scoopies.
pickles. I scoop it with pickies, tomatoes, cukies, May and Muncoy, and
I'm loving this.
what else do I put in it? Avies.
What do you eat before you go on the air?
Sometimes nothing.
Empty stomach.
Sometimes.
A little coffee.
They have
I
like
was
a
like
fruit
trying
tray
to
backstage
diet
for you.
They have sometimes just like bacon and oatmeal. I was like dieting. I was being very good a couple months. I'm like back to eating like an animal. I don't know what happened. It's fine. I'm gonna snap out of it.
Yeah.
But anyways, and I was like only eating proteins. I would get like 2 strips of well-done bakies.
Yeah.
And,
By the way, only eating protein. I mean, like I can just from having tried to do this in the past. You can eat steak. You can eat bacon.
Yeah.
There's
I know, but
lots
it
of,
locks
you can eat,
you up.
There's a lot of good.
Do you guys watch Survivor?
No, but I saw you tweeting about it last night.
Well, they had to medevac a guy out like 2-3 weeks ago because he had steak in a reward challenge and he got so constipated it blocked his urinary tract.
Oh no!
And they had to helicopter him out.
Oh, man.
That's me on the Atkins diet. Like, I can't do it.
I try to eat a ton of leafy greens. I find that.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well,
Basically.
post birthday celebration,
Yeah.
I've been salads and green juices all
Happy
week.
birthday, by the way.
Thank you.
How old are you?
Yeah, 30s.
You know,
38. 38.
38.
Yeah.
It's publicly available
Whatever,
information.
bro.
You look
No
good.
reason to, yeah.
I wish I was like Margot Robbie and like lied about my age 10 years ago, or certain other comedians we know. I made a huge mistake not doing that.
So what's the so after lunch you go home? Do you start thinking about the next show?
Do you go home
at
and
all?
nap, or do you you're out and about?
I usually I broke a toe 3 weeks ago,
Oh,
so I've been very, which really kills me because, and actually I think that's why I'm eating more because I'm not exercising. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm immobile. You know
What
what
happened?
Which
sucks.
toe? What are we talking? Pinky
my
or like
ring
a big?
toe.
Oh, the ring toe.
Ugh, I was packing for
You had to take your toe ring off.
I sure did. Straight out of Burning Man. It was over for me. I went to the Correspondence Center 2 or 3 weeks
I'm
ago.
so jealous.
It was beyond.
Bucket list for me.
And actually, I have to say, it was a dream. Like,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
people there were certain people who were like a little too cool for it and like not that excited about it. I'm like, that's beyond crazy to me because this is like such a privilege to get to go.
Yeah.
So exciting. Anyway, so I was packing for my trip and I have a huge J. Crew tote bag. It's like it's like the LL Bean joke tote when you walk into the outlet.
Your mom.
Yes, she quit.
We'll
you know that.
talk about later.
How long is this thing? I mean, I'll be here all day. Anyway, so I tripped on the tote bag handle and my foot went into my Crate and Barrel couch. Very Kathy Bates in Misery, but a couch instead.
Can I just say what I love about this story is like the product drops
Always.
in the story
Always.
about breaking your toe.
I mean,
My
the
J. Crew
access
back into
to
my Crate and Barrel couch.
the access to Shay's couch, and it broke it. And I was like, I'll be fine. And then I also had no voice, so I sounded like Paul Robeson. It was a horrible thing. And then I showed up, and I'm like, I was invited to like all these like very chic parties. I had these gowns. Like it was my wedding. I mean, I'm not going to be honest. I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to be honest. I had the worst
I'm
time.
lying.
No, I had the best time. And so I got there and I had these flats that I wore, but I was wincing in pain. Like one eye lately has been tearing. I don't know why
Right.
the other one's dry, but anyways, my right eye tearing.
So funny.
Anyway, so I can't really walk well. And then I went to a doctor. I went to the podiatrist. My friend Nicole once dated a podiatrist named Paul, and he left a message on her voicemail. He went, the very first one, he goes, hello, Nicole. This is Paul. I'm a podiatrist. So I always think of Paul the podiatrist. Anyways, that's just for you two. But the
That's
point
like a
is,
Keenan Thompson character. I'm a Bodad.
I'm a podiatrist. I love Keenan. So anyways, there's no point to the story. I'm limping. I'm in pain.
Right.
It hurts. It sucks. And I'm a
well,
big girl. It's like a lot.
because it affects so much, and you
But
don't
you
think
can't
about
do
it.
anything
You
about
can't.
it.
You can't.
Yeah.
I went to the doctor. He taped it. He wanted to give me a boot to wear that was Shaq sized. And I said, Doc, I know that I don't have like a little foot, but this is looser on me than my sneaker. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, let me bring the smaller size. So he brings the smaller one out, like Chinese Metropolitan Museum foot binding shoe. I was like, this isn't,
It's a
you
grip.
know this shoe. Toes hanging over. I'm like, there has to be something in between.
There's
nothing.
No.
You got the big blue Velcro shoe.
No, it was like a black. It looked like
so ugly.
at the.
Can we get a more fashionable shoe?
Yeah,
It was
Or
black,
broken
but it
toe
was
shoe.
like so bad. I don't want to talk about it. It actually really made me feel
If
bad.
I was on Project Runway as a contestant, that would be a challenge. If I worked on it, that would be a challenge I'd pitch. Is like more fashionable orthopedic things.
That's like a Shark Tank
Yeah.
product, actually, to do like fashionable slings
For
and
that
stuff.
reason,
That's smart.
I'm out.
I love Shark Tank. I met them
Best
on The
show.
View. They were, when people ask me the best guests,
Then which grouping?
That's okay.
stop.
I swear to God, we watch Shark Tank every week, and I went. I'm never starstruck. I'm not excited to meet celebrities. 2 years ago, at my agency's upfronts party, I met Mr. Wonderful, and I was so excited.
The best.
And then I went back this year hoping he would be there, and he was not.
one
there.
of
I
our
was very
favorite- it's our
disappointed.
favorite show.
Yeah,
What agency are you with?
UTA.
No.
Yeah.
Good.
Which combo?
You're gonna switch just to be
No,
the
I
same
love
as
my
Mr.
guys.
Wonderful.
No. I love my guys.
Which
Yeah.
combo of guys of sharks?
So I had met Damon before, and he's amazing. A couple times actually, but we did a Shark Tank View episode. So it was Mark Cuban,
The best.
Cumies, Mr. Wonderful, who's on his phone a lot, but he's really nice. Barbara Corcoran, who
Well, he runs a multi-million-dollar children's educational company.
That's so true.
That he sold for $300
Barbara
million.
Corcoran, who obviously is a
Barb.
dream. Lori, who
Don't you
I
just
love.
want to be in Barb's kibbutz of entrepreneurs?
All
Oh my God,
women.
it always looks so
they,
much
they
fun.
go to Aspen. And
It's like a Barnard reunion. I'm like, oh my God, like how do I get in with?
Those are
I
my
love
favorite
her.
packages where they update.
Yeah.
It's the update, and I get so excited, and then it's just, what did we do on the Barbara Corcoran outing?
Don't tell me about what's going on with the businesses.
Yeah, I just want to
wanna
know, what were the activities?
about-
The
like,
updates
the
are sad.
charades.
I don't like the updates sometimes.
They're so hammy and scripted and
Like we almost lost our house.
We've all given
But
up
then-
on Beyond the Tank, right? Nobody watches
don't watch
Beyond
that.
the
No,
Tank.
no, no,
Yeah.
that was a reach.
That was a reach.
And then who's
Do you like the
awesome?
new Chris Sacca episodes? I like Sacca. He's combative.
I don't like his style, but
Oh, his
I like him.
you know what? I think that's on purpose. His fashion sense is horrible, and I think it's to throw people off and make him seem dumber than he is, so that he can or something.
Yeah.
He was
interesting.
on Simmons'
Amazing.
podcast.
One,
It was great.
I've been recommending that episode, that podcast.
Really?
Bill Simmons interviewed Sack. It was great.
Just if you're curious about how that world works, he just goes in and is so forthright about like how he got in and losing money and making money and investing and angel investing, and it's really fantastic.
I will listen to it. That's a good tip.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's it.
so do you start thinking about the next day's show that afternoon of, or what's your afternoon like when you're?
I will leave when my toe is healthy.
Yeah.
So, depending on the weather, I'll go on a nice long walk. I usually have some returns to make because I love to online shop.
I know this.
Yes, so I'll go, but I return almost everything. Not worn or anything. Just
You return them in person?
yeah. My whole thing is this because I'm a tall girl, so it's hard for me to find like long jeans or whatever it is. So I buy things in the hopes that they'll fit great, and then one out of every 20 things looks good. So and I have to. They supply wardrobe, but many times because I know what I like to wear and where to shop, I'll buy my own stuff too. So. So, I'll walk around. Many times I'll meet people for lunch. The main difference I found between New York and LA, because I was in LA for 5 years.
Right, I was gonna
worst
ask you
5
about
years
that.
of my life. Don't miss it at all.
You did not enjoy it.
I love
This
my
is
friends
interesting.
there. I made amazing friends. We had some good times. I had great experiences, but on the whole, I do not miss it one bit. I'll be honest.
We were just there for a wedding.
It's fun for that. I
Yeah.
like going now for a week.
It's a
nice.
great
Me
city
too.
to visit.
Same,
Yes.
yeah.
That's what I've been telling people. It's a great city to visit. I'm still on the fence if I
But
could live
I'm
there.
gonna just go out on
Matt
a limb and
lives
say
there.
you're a person who likes to be surrounded by people.
That's right.
And it's very isolating.
People who are have a mild edge.
Yeah.
Or just get it. Street smart, mildly street smart.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't exist there.
No.
It does not. People there are just, I didn't feel human there. I was like, I would every now and again be like, I'm going to walk to the Grove to be like, I'm going to be
We
a
did
New
that.
Yorker. It's dead.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nobody outside. It's just too depressing for me. I couldn't do it.
It's just Fred Stoller.
Yeah, love Fred Stoller. Don't know
That was
him.
a shout out to Alex. He's a guy who likes to walk to the Grove, right? I think so.
Fred Stoller is? Or
Yeah.
Alex?
No, Fred Stoller. I think he walked.
Do you know John Gabris?
Love John Gabris.
So we just had him on the show yesterday, and we were talking about LA versus New York because I just got back from LA. He lives there. He loves it and everything. And so
They
we were
have
talking
kids,
about
though, right?
me.
They do.
No,
the Gabrises, yes.
I think they
Yeah,
do.
the kid?
I think so.
I don't know.
Maybe
used to
not.
run
I don't
into
know.
him.
I'm making
mention
shit
the
up.
kid, I'll tell you that.
No, we don't want to say anything.
Yeah,
else.
but
edit that out because I actually
He
don't
had
know
a
what I'm
great observation about New York because he went into his whole thing about LA and why he's like living in New York and moving to LA. There's, quoting him, you can't run errands on the way to going somewhere
That's
the
true.
way you do in New York. So let's say you have to meet somebody at a bar for a night out at 10 or a night out isn't the best thing, but let's say you're
Going to a meeting.
you're walking to work or you're going to a meeting. You might make 17 stops in New York. Dwayne Reed, pick up this,
Dry cleaning.
pop in the Gap,
Yeah.
etc. L.A., from what I'm told, there's none of that because you're driving and you're parking and you're valeting and you're right into the building and right out of the building. There's no walking.
Well, why I brought up LA for the purposes of what I do in my afternoon is that when I lived in LA and I wasn't working, which, freelance life, many times you have nothing to do all day long, I would call friends, be like, what are you doing? They're like, nothing. Let's go to Costco. No one worked.
Yeah.
So we'd go to Costco's, we'd go to Nordy Rack, you know me. I mean, I love Costco. It's the one thing I do miss are my Costco runs. But,
It's one up in Harlem by me, 116th.
I know, but you
and
need a
First.
car. It's like you can't just like roll into Costco like that. But there's one in the Queens
There's a
too. It's
parking
actually
lot.
really nice.
You can park right.
I have a zip car in Membies, but I thought my zip car got stolen.
Zippy.
I'm doing it for Andrew, by the way. I've stopped. But I know he likes it.
Jason
You guys
Dundas used
are
to call
feeding off each
Nordstrom
other.
Nordies.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did he?
Nordies.
Jason Dundas.
Yeah,
He was
I
great.
saw him in LA.
Did you?
Yeah.
You hung out with him? How's he doing?
He's great.
Thank God for the abbreviations. This would be 2 hours instead of 1. if
I
you
mean,
know.
is this
Yeah.
the longest
Much
one?
longer
No,
podcast.
we're fine. No, it's
We
good.
said-
We're
Alex,
gonna
how
edit
are we?
this,
What,
right?
what time are
No edits.
No edits?
No edits.
You're joking.
Are we short of an hour? We're at 50 minutes. Oh, so we got time.
we're good.
I
No,
was
so
worried
but I
Alex
wanna
was,
hear this story.
Wait, I was worried Alex was getting bored because I was getting emails from him while we were recording the
How
podcast.
could
I
you
saw
be
on my
bored?
phone I got an email
No,
from
I also
Alex.
feel
so
like
he's
he's
able
bored.
to he's able to multitask.
We
while
gave him a
producing
Fred
the
Stoller
podcast.
reference.
Wait, what's the story you were gonna
I was just going to say that in LA, no one worked, and I had friends to hang out with. And here, like when I'm done at noon, which is a blessing, or 12:30, whatever, I'll text me like, "Hey, when I get lunch," and everyone's like, "I work."
Yeah.
Everybody works.
Yeah.
Like you cannot.
You have to.
I cannot squeeze, and no one goes to lunch because
Yeah.
working, all day around the clock, eating at the desk.
Yeah.
So that's been a bit of a struggle for me, but it's not funny. What a privilege!
Yeah.
I'm like, the fact
Where
that no
did you
one
live in
can't lunch-
LA? What neighborhood?
West Hollywood. I had a great apartment. I was near Formosa Cafe and Jones, which were two of my favorite places. So, and it was a steal. I did have a meth neighbor and whatever. I once, this is kind of funny actually. This is a great story. It isn't. Alex, edit this out. My landlord was like super shady. Her name was like Anna, but she had like 50 different last names. And there was a website, people were suing her, called like HollywoodLandlord.com.
Oh, man.
That was like Sasquatch photos of her being like, "Don't ever rent from this woman." Here are all her aliases, this and that. Meanwhile, I'm already living in the apartment. And she used my apartment number to get a lot of her mail, like her legal proceedings and stuff. So anyways, one day I'm home. What else is fucking new? Welcome to LA. And I hear a knock at the door. And I'm like, "Who is it?" I had no peephole, by the way, which was a struggle. What do you call it? Peephole, yeah. Anyway, so I hear one being like, "Hey." And I was like, "Oh, who is this person?" So I open the door. She takes a ream of paper that was some kind of a subpoena or whatever.
Yeah.
Throws it into my apartment for this other
you got
woman.
served.
Yeah.
I got served.
Wow, that's so
I was
cool.
like, wait. And I'm like crazy. Now, you never know how you're going to behave in a situation. Well, now I know that I turn into full T3, like stomping through the gravel, like
Right.
foot imprints in the tar. I took it and she's running down the steps and there was a guy there who's like some little Asian girl and there was a guy who clearly was like her boss or whatever. And I threw it down the steps and it hit him in the back of the head. You guys, it was now I know why people do like UFC. I was like, that was thrilling. And
Yeah.
of course they tossed it back up and that was it.
Well, it wasn't a process server because a process server you have to see the person right.
Say
and
Michelle
fit.
Collins.
What's that?
They have to say the name.
Yeah, they have to say
But
the name.
this wasn't for me, obviously. 'Cause-
Right.
Yeah.
Because I'm saying, like, if this was like someone, what was her name? What was her first name? You said.
And
If they'd been like, "And you've been served," and then ran away, you'd be like, "No, this doesn't. She's not."
It sounds
because
like a
she's
prank
not here."
show.
Yeah.
Well, I got to tell you something. That was like classic LA. Like everyone was so disgusting there. I'm sorry. Like not my beautiful friends, but just a lot of creeps.
Yeah.
Dating there was a
Well,
nightmare.
the big thing
It was
I came
horrible.
away, especially this time going there because we drove all over.
Yeah.
To me, LA is just it's a big misnomer that like the glitz and the glamour. LA's a lot of it is a shithole.
It's a dirt patch.
Yeah.
And what's funny? I grew up in Miami and I never liked Miami. I left. I moved to New York for college. I was like,
Yeah.
I got to get out of there. Now I go back after living in LA and I'm Bad Boys 3 trailer. I'm like, it's so beautiful here. Like, it's a gorgeous place.
Fire behind you. You're walking slow motion.
I met Jerry Bruckheimer, by the way.
He's cool. We had him on
Nice
the bus.
guy.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh my God. He's very nice. Anyways, the point is, I don't know why I brought that up, but I'm going to
Fire, slow motion.
Yeah.
He's the.
Isn't he on the
Purveyor.
Isn't he an Amazing Race?
He told a
producer?
cool story on the show. He built a hockey sort of arena barn.
Yes.
He built a barn on his property and built a hockey rink. And he has his friends over and they play ice hockey.
Wow.
I was
Whoa.
like, that's a cool use of your Bruckheimer
He
money.
was a nice
Yeah.
guy.
Rockies.
You.
Sorry. We
wait.
didn't finish my day. I feel like this is so boring.
No.
I'm bored by my day.
That's fine. We
love your
Well,
day.
I mean, it's funny because I kind of feel like you're the busiest person we've had on.
Well, impossible.
You just
So
seem like
listen,
you have a lot of shit going
then,
on. I don't know.
Please. And then, No.
So you're walking around the city,
Walk around the
post-show.
city. I'll go home. Many times I'll go home. I'll watch Little Judge Jew. I have a nice view, so like I'll come home. I'll like look out the window, and then that was like weirdly braggy. I apologize. Anyway, so then I bet it's a shitty apartment, but I do have like a
Great
peak
view,
of a nice view. I have like
apartment.
a little bit of river. Let's see. Then every day I watch Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune.
Love it. Have you been
You're a
watching the
huge
celebrity,
Jeopardy
the political
It's
celebrity?
Power Players.
Power Players?
Yeah.
Fantastic television.
It's been good, but isn't it disappointing how some of them do?
Yeah.
Isn't it weird when somebody that you have respect for, like Chuck Todd, got a question wrong? I was like, Chuck, come on!
No.
You're the host
They
of Meet the
are
fucking
all
Press.
bombing.
Makes
Yeah.
you feel better about you having to study up on politics before going on The View. The fact that even those people are...
I mean, there was such an easy one recently. I think the answer was Pakistan. It was so easy, and they got it wrong.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I think that's it's a pressure cooker situation.
impossible, because these are people, I disagree, these are people who are on TV for a living.
That's a good point.
You bring on people who have never been on
Louis
television.
C.K. did really well.
He did do well.
50K.
But you bring on just normal people, and they kill it. So I actually disagree. What really annoys the shit out of me, and I love to be funny, you know that, to an annoying degree. Meaning I'm never
your
funny.
charm.
I'm never funny. But when these people are like trying to be super buddy funny with Alex, I'm like, hold up. This is Jeopardy. Keep
I feel
it
like
serious.
the
Yeah.
producers are making their B bits, I think.
I don't like the bits.
Let's
I'm
come
like,
up with a
answer the
bit.
questions, show me that you're smart, and get the fuck out of there. Like, I don't know.
Let's come up with a bit for S.E. Cup.
You take
She's
your
nice,
Jeopardy,
Essie Cup,
take
yeah.
your Jeopardy serious.
Matt, did
I
you
do,
ever take
and
the
Wheel.
Jeopardy test?
Online test, never in person.
Got it.
Yeah.
Wait,
I feel
really?
like- I feel like
I feel like Michelle Collins is like 2 years away from being a power player on Jeopardy, and I'm very excited for her.
Can I tell you something?
I
You're
would
so
root
nice.
for you.
I want to be on Celeb Jeopardy because I'm not a power player and I'm not a
Right.
celebrity. So what I'm saying is my goal is to get to a point in life where they'll be like, we'd like to have her on.
Celebrity
I'm
Jeopardy
nothing right now, so you follow me.
That'd be awesome.
Ugh, I just want to be. I want to fuck all that. I want to be on as a normal contestant.
I know.
I don't need to be in some special like
This is,
remedial Jeopardy.
Wait, I have a really question that I think because
Oh, no.
this leads to something. Do you ever turn down or cancel plans because it conflicts with Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune? Have you ever done that before? I mean, obviously
No.
DVR.
I DVR, although my Verizon Fios is horrible and like many times doesn't record things, which
Wow.
I hope they're listening. Baked by Melissa and Fios.
Yeah.
No, I haven't for Jeopardy. I have for Bachelor.
Oh, really?
yeah.
You've
Yes,
turned
of
out
course.
of it.
In fact, I have
JoJo season
Yeah.
starting.
starting Monday, and in
Love
fact, I think
JoJo.
I'm doing something Monday. And I made a huge mistake. Like I'm not going to be home for it, but I have because I live tweet it, and
Yeah.
it's my bread and butter. Like I love it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
How many nights you go out?
I go out.
Yeah, you go out after Wheel of Fortune's over.
Yeah, I do. I like to go out. That's the thing I love about this town is you can just go
Yeah.
out, have a quick dinsies. Yeah.
You curb your going out knowing that you have to get up early for the show the next morning, or you call it a night earlier? Or
I will
you,
be home by midnight if I'm up the next day.
Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
Do you have to Go ahead.
Do you have like a pre-bedtime routine? Girls are very big on the pre-bedtime bathroom, face,
It depends.
the whole thing.
Sometimes I make the mistake of coming home and not immediately washing my face. And I love a makeup. You see how I'm done, slutty panda today, and it's 10 a.m. But what was I going to say? Oh, my
Night
slutty
routine.
makeup, night routine. Sometimes I'll come home and just be like, I just want to watch like Antiques Roadshow, and that show is like, it's like Rohypnol. Like I turn it on, and within 10 minutes, I'm
propofol.
face down on my Crazy
Yeah.
Girl couch, and I'm just, and I mean, and that's
Order
the
number.
gentleman, yeah. On my Access 2 sofa, I'll just fall right asleep on that.
Skew 8011 3K.
And that's the worst feeling with my contacts in, and then I'll wake up the next morning and I look like, I just
There's some
escaped
makeup
from
on your
like,
pillow.
yeah.
I hear
But
that. I
but
know
usually
all
I will
about it.
come home. I'll wash my face with my Neutrogena, cheap $6.99.
They're not
face
listening
wash.
to the podcast. You're not getting free Neutrogena
No,
from
nor do I.
dropping Neutrogenes.
I gladly
on-
spend money on it. It's
I
worth
hear
every dollar, and I tell everyone to buy it. It's like their organics, naturals thing. And then I take my contacts out, put my glasses on, put a PJ on, take the bra off, gentlemen.
I know.
That's-
Michelle Buteau, we talked all about bra on, bra off.
Bra off is a very, very intimate stance for me.
Michelle was like immediately upon entering my house. It's gotta
No,
come
not
off.
for me. The only people who've really seen me with my bra off are obviously.
Delivery guys.
I was going to say if there's a gentleman over, clearly, but then all the language guys.
Yeah.
They know, they look, they know, and there's one guy who like lingers. I really don't like that. He lingers, and he sees, I look like Niecy Nash in Reno 911. It's like not a good look for me, but like they're low. He knows exactly where they hit, and
This is Lenwich delivery to home?
I deliver everything to my house.
Very big Lenwich.
Because it sounded like before you were saying that you leave the bra until a very late part of the evening. Not
I'm saying in the morning. In the morning, if I get it like before work or whatever it is. But
are you a eye cover sleep person?
No, I hate that.
Yeah, I do too. But for some reason, I was like, maybe because you wear glasses, right?
Yeah.
Normally, so I don't know if you put.
No. And in fact, I don't have curtains, so my room gets very light early. Like, I mean, I have shades, but you follow me, it doesn't do anything. So, no, I don't like that. I'm very natural. By the way, can I just put this out there? I like to let people know. You should be so lucky to sleep in a bed with me. I am the best gentleman. Everyone's gone. It's just me. I'm like, anyways. No, I sleep still as a log. Yeah. I don't snore. I don't thrash. You should be so lucky.
You don't have the jiggle legs?
I'm blessed because I realize that not a lot of people are like that. And I've been with people who are like the worst sleepers, and it's deadly.
Yeah.
That is the worst.
No.
But no, I sleep very well, and I don't like earplugs. I don't like eye mask. I like to just be unfettered.
I always find you get on a plane, they give you all that crap. I'm just saying, now you just give me an extra thing to hold on my lap. I don't want this.
Stuff in the
See, but I can't sleep on planes. Isn't that funny?
Oh, really?
Very rarely.
I have trouble sleeping on planes, too. And even if I do, it's not real sleep. It's not effective sleep.
I can't. In coach, which is mostly how I'm too big. Like I literally can't just sleep. I upgraded with my miles on my way to Germany. Do you guys want to end this thing? Let me just tell this story. I upgraded going to Germany this past winter, and this guy sits next to me, not terrible looking, in business, which is a blessing. And he apparently was hammered when he got on the plane and then just kept drinking. He fell asleep anyway, so I'm like,
He's on you.
No. The seat is flat. I'm trying to like curl up and be cute and sleep. And I literally hear someone starting a lawnmower. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I'm looking and I turn and the guy, I've never heard snoring like this. This wasn't normal snoring. It was like passed out, loud, vibrating the seat snoring.
Yeah.
So I call the stewardess over and she like is pushing his arm to try to wake him up and he is out. The guy is dead. So I couldn't sleep. So I ended up, the controls for the seat were next to me. So first I took his headphones off, cause he was like listening to something. I ripped him off I was insane. I like ripped him off his head. And then slowly I was just moving his seat up. So he wasn't, by the time it was done, he was almost sitting up straight, did not wake up. Can you believe that?
Wow.
But I at least had fun because I felt like I was doing something. Anyways, then coming back from Germany, they put this girl was upgraded, really sweet, put her next to me. She was so nice. I was like, oh, thank God. Like I got someone, it's like lucky, some like nice young girl, whatever. Eats everything, which, I understand, fine. It's like exciting. So is eating, falls asleep, opens her mouth, sewer smoke coming out of her mouth. I've never smelled such bad breath. Like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like, that's her Andrew. I'm not this annoying. Green smoke coming out. Could not sleep for like 8 hours. So anyways, the point is, I'm actually a monster. I just realized as I'm telling the stories, I'm horrible.
No, you sound like a fantastic person to sit next to on a plane and sleep in a bed with.
Yeah.
That's what we've come away with.
You just gotta get the Wi-Fi on the plane so you can live stream these people.
That's actually true.
Yeah.
And I never get up to use the bathroom on a plane, so you should be lucky if I'm at the window. I'm like really
real quick
considerate.
Jeopardy pet peeve.
Talk to me.
Clearly the category title is like words that start with A, and the person rings in, what is a zebra?
Yes.
You're like, no, look at the thing.
They don't know. They don't know.
It drives me crazy.
I find lately Final Jeopardy has been very easy.
Do you, Matt, as a former game show writer?
Oh, yeah.
Where are you on?
What'd you write for again?
A bunch of them. Cash Cab, Pyramid, Stump to Schwab. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a tough racket. You know?
Haven't really been paying too much attention. I got to be honest. I've been paying attention to Jeopardy. I mean, Millionaire. I worked at Millionaire. That got way easier. I wouldn't surprise me if Jeopardy has gotten easier because you run out of people. Smart. You run out of people who are smart enough to do it. So
the clues are written in a very clever way. I will say,
rather than the questions.
I don't know. I can't speak with any sort of.
It's interesting. You should get back into Jeopardy.
I every time when there's somebody, you sometimes Jeopardy like breaks through into the, like you see like there's a contestant who is a big deal. Or something like that.
Have you guys been, there's a guy, Buzzy Cohen. I don't know when this.
We Googled Buzzy Cohen he was like an agent in LA.
He is so First of all, I love his look. And
Is he still on?
No.
He is. He is still on, but it was Teachers Week, and then it's Power Player, so he's going to come back next week, hopefully.
All right.
I'll
I love me some
I'll
Buzzy.
check out Buzzy Cohen.
It's like Seinfeld for me. If I watch a couple episodes, then I get re-hooked.
yeah.
Right.
So now I'm in a Jeopardy phase because we
No,
watch it.
I'm not. I'm
together.
also like not really watching TV. It's,
Why?
I have a kid, so
How's your family?
very good. Everybody's great.
It's a little boy
So,
now?
Yeah.
How old is he?
Graham. He's a little older than here. I'm going to show you a picture. This will be very exciting for people at home. He's about almost 15
We'll
months.
describe the picture.
He's a grown boy.
That's him.
Oh my
I know, right?
God.
Start
Can I
cavelling.
describe this picture? Imagine blue eyes like Tweety Bird. I mean, big old blue eyes. The tiniest little toddler belly, which you know is my favorite thing in the world. I love that. A little plaid shirt. Look at his little moccasins. He's like very Val Kilmer in this picture, isn't he? But in a
Nobody's
cute
ever
way.
described that before.
But
That's
like
funny.
just physically.
He's really cute. I don't think he's
Not
he's too cute.
personality.
Too cute.
On his school
so cute.
applications, he's a baby Val Kilmer, said Michelle Collins of The View.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm going to name my daughter Gal.
I'm going to blurb.
Kilmer.
I'm going to
I hate
use you as a
myself.
blurb.
Get me out of here.
All right, we should wrap things up. But first, is there a time recently? This is called the blow off.
Oh boy.
Is there a
called
time
the
recently
blow-off.
when you've told someone you were too busy to hang out, or used
Got
the
out of
excuse, "Sorry,
plans."
I've been so busy, and
You told someone
I'm
you were
a little.
busy.
I'm a little flaky sometimes,
Yeah.
depending on my mood. Like most people, I think, because I overextend. So if people ask me to do things, I always feel obligated for.
Yeah, like this.
Right. I didn't want to say it. But yes, exactly this. But you know what I mean? I feel like,
Yeah.
oh, I'll do that. And then push comes to shove and I'm like, I'm so tired or whatever it is. So I'll cancel, but not that often. Not that often. I'm like fighting with a friend of mine because she twice now has canceled on me when I am like done, made up, dressed like out the door. And she's like, I'm going to stay in.
The last minute blow off.
That I don't do. That's disgusting. I'll do
Yeah.
it like hours earlier. I'll
Yeah.
just be like, I'm
You need
not
the-
feeling well.
you're
you're
But
the
going to
grace
make
period.
television's Michelle Collins put on makeup and get dressed. And
Well, it happened
that's-
once where she was visiting Miami. She's a good friend of mine, and she was visiting Miami, and I was like in the car, dressed to go down to South Beach to meet up, and we should friends in town, etc. She was like, you know what? We just got invited to this. I mean, how bitter am I that I'm bringing this shit up? It's actually hilarious. But she was like, we're going on a boat. There's no more room. I was like, why am I friends with this person?
Yeah, this is grounds for friend breakup.
Am I wrong?
Yeah,
But here's my
absolutely.
question.
Thank you.
Yes, there's some disappointment and some anger there, but also is there some relief like, now I have a free night?
In Miami, what the fuck am I doing? Going on Tinder? I mean, there's
No, but
nothing
you stay
there.
home and watch...
No, with my parents, it's so depressing.
Yeah,
Although I do
yeah,
love
I
their
get it.
cat.
I get it.
That really bothered
If
me. I
something
was
like
really
that
upset.
happened in New York in your present situation, you have plans, somebody cancels very last minute, are you relieved or are you pissed?
Pissed and actually
Because of the time you spent putting makeup on.
yes, which it
See,
takes
guys
me like an
don't- we don't
hour
have
to
to worry
get
about
ready.
that.
Yeah.
No, but and also, if I'm feeling good or whatever and I want to go out, be social, when she did it this last time, so like I give her like out her Twitter handle. I'm like, anyways, no, she's not a comedian. But when it happened this last time, I ended up just texting. You can always count on gay guys to like go out for a drink. It's a different vibe for me though because I like to go out with my girlfriends to like meet guys. It doesn't happen if I'm going to like Hell's Kitchen.
Right.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But at least I'm like not in my apartment.
Woody's.
What's that?
Disgusting.
What? Oh, that's the name of that's the name of a gay bar. You've guessed.
It was.
Anyways,
okay.
This was fun, guys. Can I just say something? I feel like no one cares about me, so this is like no one's going to listen to this. But I had the
no.
best
People love
Of course
you.
people
time, and I love you too so
Yeah.
much.
Oh
my
And It's
God.
great to see you thrive, and congrats also in the engagement. I
Thank
feel like
you.
I haven't seen you in like a year.
I know, it's been a while. We ran into each other on the street about a year ago.
I remember that. It was really
It was
exciting.
like West 14th.
Yes, I remember. I was getting my nails done. That was fun. Anyway,
Is there anything we forgot? I think we pretty much covered everything. Anybody?
How do we find
I
you,
have
Mr.
I have a
Collins?
monthly show at UCB
Yes.
for the few people that are still listening.
When's the next one?
I
'Cause
want to say,
this-
I'll tell you. It's
will
on the
go up before
UCB
that.
website.
Okay.
It's on June.
the UCB Chelsea, right?
UCB Chelsea.
Okay.
If you kill some time, I'll find out. But
You should definitely see that live. 'Cause
it's really fun. We had Adam
called
Pally on this
Magic
past week.
Mish.
He's wonderful.
Magic Mish,
Magic
right?
Mish XXL. I might change the
Hilarious.
name. Might change the name. What do you think? It was funny like 7 months ago. Now I'm like, oh, it's
And
Magic
then
Mish.
obviously The View.
What's your
Michelle's
Twitter
on.
handle?
Oh, thank you. My Twitter and Instagram handle are at Mishcall.
MICHCOLL, and the Twitter handle of the person who blew you off twice.
You're
is...
hilarious. Wait, I'm finding out my UCB show. It's, I believe,
Okay.
Saturday. Oh, fuck. Hold on. God, this is
is
awful.
very
I'm
exciting.
Magic
stressing.
Mish XXL.
Here,
coming
here.
in June.
It's here.
UCB Chelsea on
It's June 15th. Thank
June
you for waiting.
15th.
June
There you go.
15th. And it's really fun. And yeah, what else do I have coming up? I'm interviewing Patty Stanger coming up next month. I have a lot of things
That's
going
fun.
on. I love her.
June 15th is a Wednesday, we should say.
There you go. Wednesday night, June 15th.
$5
UCB
tickets.
Chelsea, $5 tickets. Magic Mish XXL.
Yeah.
It's
And-
funny. It's
fantastic
different
show.
energy than this. Like I'm actually on. It's late at night.
No, it's I can't. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna try
I
to
would
go.
love for you to
Yeah,
come.
let's go.
Ange Gold is your Twitter,
ANGEGOLD. Follow me.
and Matt Goldich, MattGoldich. And thank you everybody for we didn't do a busybody of the week this week. We'll get one next week.
Well, I'll tell you, John Gabris, he downloaded all of our episodes and he's about to start listening.
Oh,
So
there
shout
you
out
go.
to John Gabris.
So he's a pre-busybody. Shout out to John Gabris, who may or may not have children.
Yeah, we don't know.
I don't
think he does.
So I've run
think
into
he
him
does.
and his wife, but I don't think they have kids.
I don't know. I love him. And he wants to do the
confirm.
podcast
Oh, great.
next time he's in town.
Oh, that's nice.
sure.
Follow Showbiz Studios on Twitter at Showbiz
Yes.
Studios. Now there's the website, showbizstudios.com.
Yes.
And Matt,
Thank you. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Michelle. And
Guys,
what
thank
do we
you so
say?
much.
Stay busy,
Stay busy,
everybody.
everyone.
They only get my voicemail 'cause I'm busy. Whenever I get with her, say I'm busy. And I'ma hit you later 'cause I'm busy. Busy with her.